In order to advance an often stagnant diplomatic endeavor, Pakistan has offered to take part in multiple dispute resolution exercises, the latest of them being the composite dialogue process. Pakistan realizes that an effective resolution of Kashmir is not an independent dilemma, but rather a compromise may be reached by establishing ties with India using a comprehensive approach.
The main problem, I was speaking in a seminar in India, I said the main problem is not Kashmir, in my view. The main problem is the Indian mindset. This small-mindedness, this petty-mindedness on issues. It's not just Pakistan, it's Bangladesh. They are not willing to concede on Teen Bega Island. Even if the Mujib they make a commitment, they reneged on that. Nepal, a small Hindu kingdom, the only other Hindu country, majority country after India. When they had bought arms from China, which is the legitimate right as a sovereign country, the Indians declared a blockade on them in 1989 and 1990.
We are one-third the Chinese number.
Do you think it's enough for the border?
Of course not. That is why we are going in for more aircraft.
Pakistan never said we will only talk if Kashmir is resolved. In fact, Pakistan never put Kashmir as a precondition for the dialogue process. The dialogue process consisted of 8 baskets of issues, in which Kashmir was one basket, an important one, but one amongst 8 issues. Pakistan never said we will predicate progress on other issues, on progress on Kashmir, but it did say that unless we resolve the core source of tension between the two countries, we're not going to be able to get past the past. And I think it is for both countries to show the kind of accommodation and flexibility that is needed to transcend the past.
It's all linked to the broader political conflict. Pakistan thinks that if it normalizes relations with India, Kashmir will be forgotten. But I don't agree with this perception. You don't keep Kashmir alive by keeping up a state of war. You can keep Kashmir alive through diplomatic measures. But of course, foreign policy is made in GHQ and they don't know what diplomacy means.
It's become natural for the Kashmir dialogue process to take one step forward and several steps back. Efforts have been made by the governments of Pakistan and India to reach an agreement as to how the Kashmir quagmire will be resolved. Unfortunately, as it is so often happens, the complexities trump prudence.
In recent years, Pakistan in fact offered out-of-the-box solutions to the Indians in the talks that took place on the Backchannel, particularly under Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and then President Musharraf. The Backchannel was exploring out-of-box solutions, and Pakistan is the country that actually went beyond its stated position. So I think any suggestion that Pakistan has been inflexible is simply contrary to the historical facts.
What happened was that after Pakistan and India became nuclear powers, the two countries at the level of the top leaderships agreed, Mr. Vajpayee from India and Mr. Sharif from Pakistan, that while we have a normal diplomatic interaction at the level of the foreign ministries of both countries, we should also have a back channel, what they call track 2. And the back channel would include trusted interlocutors of the two leaderships. So there were nominations made. Mr. R.K. Mishra, the former journalist, a trusted confidant of Mr. Vajpayee, was appointed, and initially Mr. Anwar Zaid was appointed, but then he soon died of cancer, so he was replaced by Mr. Niaz Naik. Because Niaz Naik had been High Commissioner in India, he knew the Indians well, and he was also former Foreign Secretary. When Mr. Musharraf came, that system was continued. And what happened was that they had Mr. Dixit, the former High Commissioner of India to Islamabad, who also incidentally served in Sri Lanka. He was appointed, and then from Pakistan side, the trusted confidant of General Musharraf, Mr. Tariq Aziz, was appointed for this purpose. And they had meetings in Amritsar, in Dubai, in London. But then Mr. Dixit died. So Mr. Dixit was then replaced by Satish Kumar Lamba, who had been High Commissioner of India in Pakistan and a very senior Indian diplomat. So, and Mr. Tariq Aziz from this side.
Well, their maximal position is A, that they will not give up an inch on what they hold. Their basic position is that Pakistan should have no sovereignty over Azad Kashmir, and that Pakistan should release Azad Kashmir for India. This is their maximal position. They are prepared, I think, to accept the line of control as the border, but beyond that, they said not an inch of territory will go. So this is one. The other is that they say that a religious-oriented referendum, plebiscite, call it what you like, is not now acceptable because we Indians are a secular state, and if you do have a religious kind of plebiscite, it is A, not acceptable according to their constitution, and secondly, it could light fires in the whole of India between Muslims and Hindus, etc. And the third factor is that you cannot have a special status or independence for Kashmir, because if you give it to them, then what will happen to Tamil Nadu or to Bengal or to other areas of India, which could then follow suit later on. So their position is a pretty hardline position, and which is virtually saying, accept the status quo, accept the line of control. Maybe we can cosmetically doll it up into something for both India and Pakistan. Essentially, they are looking for a solution along the line of control.